Bernie Anderson sitting alongside new UNLV assistant coach Ryan Miller. Ryan, you spent a few years under quite a few great head coaches such as John Calipari, Steve Alford, which was 5 years at New Mexico. What were the biggest takeaways from working with them that you believe you can bring over to UNLV?
Well, just experiencing how to run a winning program, number one, whether it's recruiting, whether it's marketing your program, whether it's coaching your kids. It's just the whole aspect and dynamic of how to organize and run a winning basketball program.
You are known as a great recruiter, so in your opinion, what are your thoughts on this incoming class?
Well, they obviously, before I got here, did a heck of a job. Coach Schroyer, Coach Simon, Coach Augman, Coach Rice, obviously bringing in one of the top classes in the country. And I'm just coming in for the ride, trying to come in here and do my part to help, UNLV basketball be as good as it can be.
An article was just released this morning on ESPN saying that UNLV is the '1 worst job in college basketball just because of the temptations 24/7 type city. In your opinion, what do you plan on doing to keep the kids focused on basketball and not fall into the temptation of the 24/7?
We're going to have a disciplined program, guys. We're going to recruit the #1. We're going to recruit the right kids. It's only a temptation if you want it to be. I'd say any college campus. This is my 6th college job. There's temptations on every college campus to do the right and wrong things. So the main thing for us is to recruit guys that are the high character. They're going to do the right things. That come from a family setting. That have been taught what's right and what's wrong, and we're going to put them in a position where they're going to know what's right and wrong, and they're going to be disciplined. And we're just going to have a well-rounded program where the distractions that are in any program aren't going to be as big as distraction here.
During your time at New Mexico, you had a year competing against Coach Dave Rice. What kind of changes have you seen in the program since then?
I've competed against Dave Rice since he was assistant at BYU. I thought they did an awesome job there. I was in New Mexico 5 years at Alfred, so 4 years against him as assistant coach at BYU, 1 year as a head coach. Obviously, they've done a heck of a job with the program. 3 or 4 NCAA tournaments. The program's going the right direction. He gives the freedom players to make decisions on the court, offensively and defensively, which I've always liked, and I like his free-flowing offense and defensively how he coaches the basketball game.
What fascinated you most, or does fascinate you most, about UNLV that when you found out about the position opening up after Schroyer left, for you to make that call and reach out to Coach Dave Rice?
Number one, the people. Coach Rice, Coach Simon, Coach Augman, known those guys for a while, so that was the most important thing. But also the tradition of UNLV basketball, what UNLV basketball represents with national championship in 1990, the Tarkanian days, Stacy and Larry Johnson, Sean Marion, the players that played at this university, all those things were factors in coming here.
So, as you may or may not know then, the fan base is pretty tough, and it's all stemming from the success in the Tarkanian era. Does that kind of make you flustered in a way, or is it not fazing you at all?
No, it's an exciting thing. We use it, as an exciting thing. A fan base should want you to win championships. A fan base should want you to do well, want you to win games, want your kids to do the right things on the court and off the court. But that's what they should do, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to put in a position where we're going to win games, and we're going to win them at a high level, and we're going to give something that the fans are excited about.
So you have been in Vegas for about a month now. What has been the biggest? How have you been getting acclimated to this type of city? I mean, it's very different from any other city. I mean, I was born and raised here, so I know we're all a little wacko. What kind of things have you been doing to get used to it out here?
I'm just trying to get my feet put on the ground and just get in the office and work. Get with Coach Rice, Coach Simon, Coach Augman, the rest of UNLV staff, the family of UNLV athletics, and just get my feet on the ground and just try to figure out the ins and outs of the program. Get these guys ready for summer school, the guys we got coming in, and just getting ready for the basketball season. Things happen faster than they always seem to be. So November will be here before you know it. So just trying to prepare for that.
What are you most excited about, most anxious about, as far as being an assistant coach at UNLV?
Working with the guys, working with the current players, working with the coaches, and then working in a place that has a history, tradition, UNLV basketball. It's the only Mountain West Conference that has a national championship under its belt, and team that has a national championship under its belt. It just has a lot of history, a lot of tradition. When I was a kid, UNLV basketball was in its heyday, and plan on, with Coach Rice and the rest of the staff, to bring that back.
You have a great eye for talent and know what to look for in a recruit and a basketball player in general. When you are looking and basically scouting opposing teams going into game prep, what goes into that type of game prep as you're scouting?
Well, you look for, number one, you look for tendencies, what players do, what their personnel does. Is he a three-point shooter? Is he a guy that puts the ball on the floor? Is he an athletic rim finisher? Kind of look at their tendencies, and then what you try to do is you try to take away their tendencies and what they want to do. And we've been very good at it in the past, and very successful at what we do. And just try to, most importantly, try to impact the game playing our style and how we want to play basketball.
As you stated before, earlier you mentioned the word discipline. Most will say that is what this past team had lacked, and why things may have kind of spiraled out of control. What kind of discipline are you looking to bring to the coaching, not to the coaching staff, but as part of the coaching staff to this team?
I think the biggest thing is you got to have, and I think they've done a good job, but you have to have the right people in this program, and that's the biggest thing. The kids that truly love the game of basketball, because if you do love the game of basketball, it doesn't matter if the strip is right 50 feet away, or if there's a college party or sorority party down the road. There's distractions everywhere you go, but you have to bring the right kid here that's going to fit and be part of what we're trying to build here.
Also, with a lot of the, I guess they would call it a revolving door in a way, there have been a lot of talks out in just Twitter world, social media. Of course, that plays a huge factor in sports these days. With all the changes going on as you come in, did you know that this was all going to happen as you started looking into moving over to this program, or are you kind of taken aback by all the changes going on? I mean, what are your thoughts on everything?
Number one, transfers is a part of college basketball. It's kind of like the new norm.
Mm-hmm.
Kids just want instant success, and for right reasons. I mean, your college career is only 4 years. We understand that. It's a 4-year college career, so if things aren't working out exactly what was planned, there might be a place to go look at. But so going into a situation, knowing the transfers are the new norm, it's not an issue for me. Of course, would we like to have some of these kids back? Probably, but we're going to continue to work and continue to develop the guys that are currently in the program and the guys that are coming into the program, and we're going to build a team that's going to be consistent and steady going forward.
You said that college basketball is only 4 years. For some, it's only 1 or 2, depending on how they take in that experience. What kind of things do you think you would do to maybe try and keep a guy around for more than 1 year that thinks, oh, I'm good enough, I can go to the league? Because, I mean, that's what we hear constantly. Everybody has this entourage, this posse of people in their ear from the AAU era, basically, just from ever since they start there. What kind of things as a coach and a role model figure in these kids' lives would you do to maybe keep guys to develop into college before going into the NBA?
Well, number one thing, I'd give them good advice, because to my history, my younger brother playing 14 years in the NBA, playing for multiple personnel, multiple coaches, basically know every personnel, every person in the NBA. And my brother went 2 years of college basketball, and he was the 5th pick of the NBA draft, and I was a big influence on that decision for him. But the biggest thing is to give him the right, correct advice. We want to recruit guys that want to play in the NBA here. We do. But the time frame for that is different for everybody. And my job and our job is to develop these guys while they're here. So when the time comes, whether it's 4 years from now or one like Anthony Bennett, that they're ready for that decision, they're ready to make that decision. And to be honest, the NBA, me and my brother always say that we call it the no boys allowed league. So there's not, not very many kids are going to come from college or high school or college and be instantly ready for the NBA. Mm-hmm. There is a development period, just like there's a development period from going to high school to college. But there's also a financial decision these young men have to make, and if it's the right financial decision for these guys to make, even though they might not be ready physically or mentally for that jump, the financial aspects come into impact it, and And at the end of the day, our job is just to give these guys good information so they can make good decisions for their future. And, you know, once you come here to UNLV, you're always part of the UNLV family, so, you know, they're always welcome to come back to us.
Are you a fan of the one and done? Or, I mean,
Oh, I'm a fan of whatever's best for the young man. Whether it's 1 or 2, 3 years, it's just or 4 years after college. Every situation is different. Every family situation is different. Every kid's different, physically and mentally. I'm just a fan of making sure the kids make right decisions and don't get stuck, you know, making poor decisions in their life, which impacts the rest of their life. So they go without their careers or their professional life without a degree, and they really have nothing to fall back on besides basketball. I always tell kids we want to make you as versatile as possible. We want you to own that basketball court, but we also want you to go in the Coca-Cola boardroom setting and be able to own that too. And that's what I always tell the kids we recruit and I coach. That's what things we're trying to develop. Whether it's 1 or 4 years, that's at the end of the day, that's the most important thing to us and what we do.
you also said transferring is part of the norm in the college game these days. It's also been, I believe that it hurts a lot of programs and it hurts the college athlete, the student athlete. What's your take on how that has become the norm? Do you think that college basketball, the way that it's going, the direction it's going, what's your take on it?
You know, I think it goes to the kid's situation. Sometimes kids make bad decisions, sometimes kids make good decisions. Our job is to put these kids in the best position possible to make a good decision, whether it's transferring in or transferring out of the program. Our job is to develop young men that want to be here at UNLV, and that's the core essence of what we're trying to do, and that's the most important thing to us. So, me personally, I don't get caught up in the transfers and what's transferring in and transferring out. I think it does impact the consistency of a program, but I also want what's best for the kid and what's best for this program going forward.
As I mentioned earlier, I said, you know, how social media does play a huge part into a lot of any college sport these days, and just actually sports in general. What's your take on social media? Do you think the players should be on it? I mean, there are coaches who say once the day official practice starts, you're done, you're off of it. I mean, what's your take on that?
I mean, social media is now part of our lives. Our job is, again, to teach these guys how to use something that could be used as a benefit to them to help market our brand, our program in a beneficial way and not use it in a negative manner. So we'll put restrictions on it, but our restrictions are teaching them how to properly use social media to help benefit yourself, your family's life, and when you leave here, you know properly how to use it so you can be a successful person in society.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That was good. You put me in the Budweiser hot seat a little bit.
Are you liking it out here, though? I mean, you
Good.
having fun?
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you done? I mean, have you gone to the strip? Have
Oh,
you done any? Well, I saw you at the Coaches vs.
Yeah.
Cancer, but
Yeah.
anything else fun?
Oh, golf's a little bit, but I got to go out and hang out a little bit. You know.
Where'd you golf at?
I went to Rio Seco. I've golfed at Southern Highlands.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's where everybody played for.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah. It's
We'll
all
have to
good.
get you and
Let's
Dave
go.
out.
Let's go. Anytime you want.
I'm not the best, but you know, I'm trying.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm finally learning to let the club do the work.
Let's
'Cause-
go.
Yeah,
that's what
because
you
there
gotta
was a time where, because I took golf lessons as a kid,
Yeah.
and then I got out of it. I tried to play basketball, and then
Yeah.
got out of that too.
Yeah.
And now, as I'm starting to play more and more with work and stuff
Yeah.
like that, it's a networking
No
tool
question.
in a way.
Of course.
And I went out with my boss one day, and he's like, "Brittany, are you trying to kill the
Yeah.
next boyfriend right now or something?"
You're like, yeah.
Because I'm just whacking it, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't
It's
letting the
just-
club do the work.
No question. I kind of get in the same deal.
Yeah,
Like
it's a frustrating game, man.
It's very frustrating. You take lessons?
Not right. I did as a kid,
Yeah.
but yeah, not right now. I might try and get
Yeah.
back into taking
Where do you
lessons.
play?
I'll go to the driving range at Angel Park, and then just in different tournaments
Yeah.
that our
Is
our
that correct?
radio station does. So I played
Nice.
at what's that one? It's not Las Vegas Country Club, but Las Vegas National or something like
Yeah.
that. It's down there. That was awesome.
Yeah.
played at TPC.
Yeah.
Horrible. It was
Yeah.
for the, I don't know, are you familiar with Born and Raised yet? The
Yeah.
bar?
Yeah.
They're one of our clients, and
Yeah.
so we got invited to play in their
Yeah.
first annual tournament.
Nice.
Oh man, I did not do well. But it's all about the drinking at that point.
No question. No
So
question.
yeah, we'll see. And
Born and raised here, huh?
yeah.
Did you go to college here?
Yep, I went to UNLV for a little bit and then got into real estate.
Yeah.
That didn't go as planned just because I got into it right as the market dropped.
crashed.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
boy.
family's been in real estate my entire life,
Yeah.
and so I thought, oh, this will be easy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It was easy for a while, and
Yeah.
created the bubble.
Exactly. So, well, cool.
Yeah, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Look forward to.
Anytime you need something, just let me know. I'll be around. Thank you.